I get gassy when I eat donuts.
I get gassy when I play foosball. You know what I'm talking about, right? I know you know.
I know you know. I know for a fact you know what I'm talking about.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Foosball Focus. My name is Nate.
And I'm Joe.
And this is your source for foosball news, highlights, stats, analysis, and everything foosball.
Now for the entire of last month we were asking you guys to comment on our videos in order to be entered for the free prize giveaway. It was a mystery prize, no one knew what it was going to be, and I can now reveal that the prize is a
dinosaur.
And I can now reveal the prize that we are giving away for free is a $20 gift card to Amazon. So congratulations to Nepa Foosball, I'm not sure how you say that. And in order to claim that prize, just get in touch with either myself, Joe Hamilton, Nate Carlson, or Foosball Focus. Just send us a message with your mailing address and we'll get that out to you, buddy.
Okay guys, and don't forget that the Hall of Fame Classic is coming up March 11th in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to be the second largest tournament of the year, and a number of foosball icons are going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, including the infamous Johnny Horton. Don't miss this tournament if you have the opportunity to be out in the area this March.
Also, Nate, they're going to be running a high-stakes rollerball event at this Hall of Fame Classic, and it's going to be $500 a player. That's $1,000 a team competing in this rollerball event. It's going to be run by Johnny Lott, and they're going to be televising it and making a documentary out of it as well, so it should be a great watch. Man, I wish I was going.
Now, rollerball, that's when there's actually two balls in play, right?
It can be, Nate, but it's also when there's just one ball, and the ball is not allowed to stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's two-ball rollerball.
Yeah, dumbass.
I've never heard of it. Now, this week's tournament was the fourth week of the points race, and if you don't know the current standings, make sure to go back and watch last week's episode to catch up.
The tournament this week was a draw and pick, which tends to create a lot of stiff and hard competition for the night. This week we had Ben Stone and Chris Havel versus Jason Shovlain and Wayne Ritchie. This match was taken from the second round of the winner's bracket, so without further ado, let's meet those players.
Alright, on the left side of your table we have Jason Shovlain and Wayne the Waniac Ritchie. Shov's been playing for about 13 years. He's a fantastic forward and always shoots a snake shot when he has the ball on his three. Wayne's been playing for about 6 years. He's an all-around player and has a very dangerous pull shot from his 2-bar as well as his 3-bar.
And on the right side of the table we have two of the tougher players here in Lincoln. Chris Havel at forward shoots a snake shot or a pull shot up front and is a very strong forward. And Ben Stone is a great all-round player. He's been playing for around 17 years now, a veteran to say the least, and has one of the best grizzly beards I have ever seen.
Don't forget to watch this week's match in full to get the full benefit of the statistical analysis of this episode. Now, we've made some improvements to the audio this week, so f***ing watch it.
That was good. Prior to this second round match, it would be tough to pick the winning team, with all four players having plenty of experience and history playing against each other. Perhaps Havel's point race form gave his team the edge going in, but there ended up being nothing between the two teams on the day. The first game was very back and forth, with neither team able to get too far ahead. Just when it seemed like there was an opening for one team to surge ahead, the other team leveled up the scoring immediately. Even at this point you could see the potential for a third game overtime finish. At 4-3 it seemed like Havel and Stone were in the driving seat and preparing to take the first game until Shov and Ritchie tied it up at 4-4 before Shov excellently passed and scored at the first time of asking to steal the first game 5-4. The second game was almost a carbon copy of the first. Both forwards were having a hard time scoring the snake shot on Ritchie and Stone. Some really solid goalie play was contributing to some lengthy spells without points being scored, and it really became a mental battle with both forwards needing to find some sort of consistency. Havel's 5-bar passing was starting to become a factor, so Ritchie and Shov switched for defensive reasons. This led to Ritchie having a possession of the ball on his 3-bar, which he dispatched by smashing home a John Wayne pull shot. For the first time in the match there was a 2-point lead in a game, with Stone and Havel leading 4-2, but wouldn't you know it, Shov and Ritchie fought their way back into it, levelling the score at 4-4 with a point each. The comeback was in vain, however, as Havel buried a push side snake shot to even the match up at 1 game apiece. Now, where do I begin with the third game? Now children, what did we learn from the first 2 games? Remember when I said this had the potential to be an overtime finish? Alright, so I may have seen the match already, but given everything that had happened up to this point, it was way more of a certainty than a Kanye West sabotaging an award ceremony. They continued swapping points back and forth with neither forward able to take control of this match. A completely even contest. Amazingly, there had only been one 2-point lead over the entire course of the match. This was a boxing fight, neither fighter was going down. Also on a slight tangent, I think if this was a boxing match, I would bet large sums of money that Havel and Stone would win by knockout in the opening 13 seconds. Just saying. As they continued trading blows, Shove and Ritchie continued switching backwards and forwards, desperately trying to give themselves some sort of clear lead in the match, but of course Havel wasn't going to let this happen, tying up the score at 4-4 and into overtime we went. At 5-5 were arguably the best 2 points of the match before Havel and Stone ended up taking the match 8-6 in the 3rd game.
So, I spoke to Justin before this match and he said, "Nate, I'm not in this match." And you know what? He's right! Shove and Wayne won the first game of this match, 5-4.
Right you are, Nate. This was actually a real barn burner of a match. You had Shove and Wayne winning 5-4 in the first game, Ben and Chris winning 5-4 in the second game, and then it going down all the way to the wire, 8-6 in the 3rd game. Last game was so long, I was starting to grow facial hair, which if anyone knows me, that's impossible. But in the end, it was Chris and Ben who ended up winning 8-6 in the 3rd, so congratulations to them for standing the test of time.
Just like the pyramids of Egypt.
Yeah, Nate, alright. Anyway, the stats for this one, you can see here from the forwards graphics that they were both very similar on the 5-bar and the 3-bar actually as well, both shooting and passing around about that 50% mark. So, pretty evenly contested in terms of percentages. And as you can see by the goalie graphic, both goalies played a solid match, clearing the ball around about 60% mark. Ben was able to pass a little bit better than Wayne, but Wayne was able to score a few more points than Ben, so it's hard to really pick a winner out of the goalies as to who performed best.
So if the goalies were playing at about the same level, and the offense was playing at about the same level, how did anyone win this match, Joe?
Well, Nate, it's a bloody mystery to me, I tell you that much. But I do think the key stat which won Chris and Ben the match was the ability for Chris to pick up loose balls. He was able to pick up 28 loose balls, as opposed to Shove's 11, which generated a lot of extra possessions. So even though they actually passed and scored at the same levels percentage-wise, Chris had a lot more opportunities to do so, therefore scored more points.
Chris and Ben ended up finishing 3rd place this week, awarding them 6 points towards the points race standings. 1st place this week was Joe Hamilton and Joe Long, and 2nd place was myself and Justin West. We should have had you cocksuckers.
Yeah, whatever, man. We dominated you guys. And that brings us to the overall standings for the points race. You can see here in 1st place is myself, Joe Hamilton. 2nd place is Justin West. And 3rd place is a tie between Chris Havel and Brad Kuzak. Once again, guys, thank you for watching the episode. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, we will be starting a new free prize giveaway. Please comment on the video below in order to get yourself entered for that competition. Thanks, guys, and stay foozin'. Up on your screen right now, guys, will be last week's episode, so if you're curious to see how that one finished, please click on that episode. And the other video on screen just popping up now will be the match in full for this week, so please don't forget to watch that in order to get a good benefit of the stats and just get a good general concept for how the match went.